Well, as usual, we're starting out here in the Petersburg Seaplane Base, turning out away from the dock and heading out into the Wrangell Narrows. You can see a couple of boats out there. We got to navigate around them and keep an eye on them as we go out of here. You can see the day is a little different than the last flight we made. It's raining pretty good, and as we get out here, the ceiling is a little bit lower. It's 4 days after the last flight that I had posted. We're going to run about the same route today. We're going to go out into Frederick Sound, down through Dry Straits, across to Keene Flats by Wrangell, but then we're going to go all the way down through the back channel to where it opens up into Ernest Sound and right across from Ann Creek. Instead of going down Ernest Sound, though, we're going to turn to the left and go up into Bradfield Canal and do some stream surveys. I flew the streams in the Bradfield Canal the previous day with the area biologist, and we did see some fish in a couple of the streams. So we've got a new assistant area biologist that is not very experienced at seeing fish from the air. So I'm going to take her down there and fly the same streams that we did the day before with the area biologist, and I'll try to point the fish out to her, and then she can compare what she sees with what the area biologist sees, and see if we can't get her started at counting fish from the air. After we get going in the air here, I'm going to go ahead and kick the speed of the recording up to 64 times the natural recording, so we're going at fighter jet speeds down through here. When we get down to where we're flying on the streams, I'll slow it back down to normal speed. We're going down the back channel right here now. You see Blakely Island coming up, and Ann Creek will be just across from it, and Ernest Sound was to the right, and now we're going up the Bradfield Canal. We'll slow down here a little bit and do a stream survey of Martin Creek, and then we'll speed back up and head back up the canal, and the first stop will be the Eagle River. I'm going to head up the Eagle River here to do fish count. The ceiling the way it is and the cloud cover the way it is, I have to spend most of my time focusing on flying the airplane and keeping the airplane over the stream so that she can see down in it. The water level is a little bit high here. It's been raining quite a bit and the water is a little bit dark, so it's hard to see any fish in there, and I couldn't really give her a hand pointing them out to them because again I was concentrating on flying. However, there's not a whole lot of fish in this system right now to be seen anyway. It's just mainly a familiarization flight to get her used to the stream. Now we've flown up the Eagle River to where the fish stop going up to spawn, and we're coming back down it. Now we're coming out of the Eagle River. This is the intertidal area here, the area of the river that's affected by the tide, and then just ahead of us is the salt water. We'll come back out into Bradfield Canal here. To the right of us, the canal goes up into the Bradfield rivers, and there's a power plant up there that provides the power, the electrical power for the cities of Petersburg, Wrangell, and Ketchikan. And then straight across on the opposite side of the Bradfield Canal here from us, where we come out, is the Harding River. I'm going to fly up the Harding River and do some checking for fish up there. Now there's quite a few fish in the Harding River, and the conditions were pretty good. The water was pretty clear, so we could see them. So we're going to be doing a lot of maneuvering up there as we go over the fish, so that we can point the fish out to the new assistant area biologist, so she can see how to identify fish. And then as we get farther up, we're going to do some more maneuvering to point out the differences between the different species of fish. You can actually tell the difference with a little bit of experience between the pink salmon, the chum salmon, and the king salmon, which are the three predominant species of fish that are in this system at this time. There's lots of structure in the bottom of this river, in the river bed. There's potholes or deep areas. There's bends and elbows, gravel bars. There's a lot of bends in it, and the fish congregate in certain areas on there. So I'm trying to point out to her the different areas where the fish congregate, and you can see the schools there. And then there are places where certain fish congregate, like the chum salmon will be on the gravel bars, and the pink salmon will kind of be in the deeper water in the holes, or where the gravel bars tail out. Right now the fish are still schooled up. A little later in the season they'll start spreading out across the gravel bars and stuff, and then when they start spawning, and then they're a little bit harder to see. Right now they're fairly well schooled up. We're flying over those, not only trying to identify the schools and to point out the places where they generally hold up, we're also trying to get estimates of the numbers of the fish in each one of those schools. So there's quite a bit of circling over each one of those as we're pointing it out and guessing the numbers and things like that. And then I have to do a lot of straightening out and flying a little bit easier, because the area biologist, or the new assistant area biologist, is not used to doing this in the airplane. Flying straight and level, or easy turns are fine, but you start circling around with 360-degree turns and a fairly tight turn over the river there, and looking out at the creek bottom trying to count fish, and it's pretty easy to get wound up and getting to feel a little bit ill. So trying to take it easy on her, but at the same time trying to get her broke into seeing fish. Well, that's what all the maneuvering's all about. camera battery is just about done for the day, and we're just about done with this system. There's a lake up there at the head of the river. Actually, the river goes on the other side of the lake and goes up there several miles back into the mountains, but there's a barrier, a big falls right below us, and that stops the fish from going any farther. So we're just about done with this system. We're going to head back out into the Bradfield Canal and then head out Ernest Sound, and we're going to do a little bit of more stream surveys in some other places. We wanted to go into Ann Creek, but the weather was just too low to go into Ann Creek on this day, so we didn't make that, but we did make a circuit and head back to Petersburg.